Alright, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to the first ever YouTube video. If you're watching this, you're a fucking OG. But I'm making this kind of journey to show you guys how I've been going about my trading. I'm going to be documenting every single trade that I take this entire month. And kind of, just taking y'all along the journey, teaching y'all a couple things if y'all don't know, and kind of showing y'all my style of trading. I'm going to be super transparent this whole entire month. I'm going to show y'all my P&L, show y'all my chart, show y'all my calendar every single time I make a video. And yeah, we're just going to be going over the trades that I take. Maybe even throw up some educational videos if, some of y'all are asking about something, some of y'all don't understand something. Whole month journey to show you guys how I go about trading. But yeah, this is the first fucking video. We caught an absolute banger loss yesterday. Not so happy about that. But we'll go ahead and break down the loss that I took, why I took the trade, and what was my thought process around that whole entire trade. Honestly, it was an avoidable loss. But again, let's go ahead and get into the fucking video. All right, so coming into London session, I was obviously more on the bearish side due to how fucking bearish we were. Like we dumped 400 points with 0 retraces, right? So my whole thought process is like, okay, I would like to see a retrace to an hourly gap, maybe respect the hourly gap, and then take a trade down to the internal lows or something along the lines of just a continuation lower, because I was not expecting price to go higher than this. I should have waited, honestly, for the equilibrium of the range to be tapped into, but I kind of rushed into this one, which I'm not super mad about. I risked very lightly on this trade just due to how volatile the markets is. I didn't really want to put in my normal size and kind of get cooked with that. So we had this hourly bearish gap that I was watching. I wanted to see price tab back into. That's what ended up happening, but again, it didn't play out in my favor. So let's go ahead and drop to the 15-minute time frame and show y'all why this loss could have been avoided. So looking at the 15-minute time frame, okay, we have a clean V-shaped recovery to the upside, and I'm just thinking of this as like a healthy continuation up to dump lower. So my whole thought process is like, okay, bearish, bearish, bearish. And I, in a way, married my bias, which is not always a good thing to do, but we tap into this hourly bearish gap, right? I'm like, okay, drop down to the 1 minute. What are we doing here? We're, in a way, building up a little bit of low resistance on the lower time frame. So I'm like, okay, I wait and I see what price ends up doing. We tap the CE of the hourly gap, meaning the 50% of the hourly bearish gap. So now I'm like, okay, this is a perfect place. If I wanted to get it in a retrace short, this is a perfect place to do that. And we had this SMT with these highs right here. We had this 15-minute SMT. We're inside of an hourly bearish gap. We've gotten 0 retraces within this move up. So I'm hoping to see price dump into a PD array, a bullish PD array, and kind of retrace into it to continue going up if we did want to be bullish. But overall, I'm more bearish, so I'm wanting to see price dump down, disrespect those PD arrays, and continue going lower. But all right, let's go ahead and break this trade down. So now that I'm seeing that price, okay, price is in this CE of this hourly bearish gap. We have a bearish SMT. We're overall bearish. We have built up a little bit of low resistance liquidity down here. So now I'm like, okay, this is a good spot to take a short continuation to bullish PD array. So what does the next candle do? We inverse this 1 minute bullish gap. So this was my IFVG entry right here, which honestly is not the best. Now that I'm looking back at it, there's a lot of things that could have been avoided, and I was just too in the moment in a way, because I spent the first hour of fucking London session just trying to figure out this trade C, trade copia, and just kind of putting everything together. Again, it took away a lot from my trading. I wanted to catch these retrace longs to the unfilled hourly gap, but again, I was so busy fucking trying to make trade C work, trying to figure out everything else, which is not an excuse. Is, realistically what happened. But this was my entry right here. We inverse this 1 minute gap. I put stops right above the SMT, which is around 21 point stop. I went in with 6 micros, which is super light risk. I went break even at these lows right here, which was the 5 minute bullish gap below. So why I went break even at this 5 minute is I seen price go into the 5 minute bullish gap and respect it. I would want to be out of that trade because price is showing kind of respect of bullish PD arrays and continuing higher. But if we're truly bearish, we're gonna run through that 5 minute bullish gap and continue going lower. So that's my whole thought process about why I went break even right there. I wanted to target these lows down here, this low resistance liquidity down there. But yeah, it's a simple trade for a 1 to 2.68, and I had a lot of faith in this trade. But now that I like, okay, now let's look at the 15-minute time frame. Why I could have avoided this loss? Because price is clearly disrespecting this bullish 15-minute PD array right here, or bearish 15-minute PD array, my bad, and this 15-minute bearish PD array too. So price is clearly showing and telling us that it wants to go higher before it continue lower. So realistically, this was just kind of in a way a rushed in trade. Like I should have noticed what the 15 minute was doing, and as soon as we seen this inversion on the 15, this inversion on the 15, it's clearly showing weakness in bearish market structure. It's disrespecting bearish PD arrays and continuing higher and higher. But I don't know why I felt like this hourly was going to hold us down and kind of push us lower. So I ended up taking a trade off of this hourly bearish gap, which I'm really, again, I'm not mad about this trade. I risked super lightly, and it's pretty much a good setup. Like I would take this setup maybe like 9 times out of 10, but as soon as we got the IFEG, I went break even at this 5-minute bullish gap, and we did have this 15-minute unmitigated gap down here that I would have liked to see price take out. It was a little too low. So I didn't really fully target it, but I would have liked to see price tap back into it, at least then continue higher, but it was a little too low. So I feel like if we would have went all the way down there, we would have invalidated the whole bullish move and continued lower. So now that I'm looking at the 1-minute time frame, right, I'm like, okay, now I would want to see the next candle aggressively push to this 5-minute bullish gap. And if it respects it, I want to be out of that trade. If it disrespects it, bang, TP smashed. So what happens next? Instantly shoots up. I'm like, oh, fuck. All right, we're about to get cooked. And the next candle stops us out. And this is the worst fucking part about this whole trade, is that we just start accumulating. Exactly like as soon as I enter, we just start chopping, right? So I'm like, fuck, okay. We tap into this 5-minute bullish gap, and again, it would have been a break-even trade, which I'm really wouldn't be mad about, but this is just fucked how we got stopped out right away, and now price is accumulating. And I guess I had the whole total wrong idea, because again, I should have paid attention to what the 15-minute was doing, because that's kind of in a way what I'm going to target next, like the next 15-minute draw on liquidity. And if we're disrespecting 15-minute bearish gaps and prices pushing higher and higher, I should have been more aware of that. So not so happy with how I rushed into this trade, but if you look, price just continued going higher and higher and higher, and eventually, you know, we did not get the dump that I was looking for. So good setup overall. I'm not gonna lie, like this wasn't a terrible setup. It's an avoided loss. It's an unnecessary loss that I should have kind of avoided in a way. And yeah, it was kind of a boredom trade, if I'm being real with you guys. Like I sat through this whole entire reversal to the upside because I missed this move down here. So I kind of started feeling like, okay, I just want to get the fuck off the charts, or I want to put in a trade and see how it plays out. That's where I should have just got off the charts and then not even took the trade. But overall, not so happy about how I rushed into that trade. But yeah, that was pretty much it, the trade for London session. I'm not going to be trading London session, to lie. Like, it was good the first couple times I traded it, which kind of gave me hope. But the last fucking 4 to 5 times I traded London, it's just been so fucking choppy. Like, I would enter the trade and we'll just chop, and then it will stop me out, and it will chop again, and it will deliver to take profit. So overall, I'm gonna kind of fade London session, see what New York is doing tomorrow, and kind of go with that. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at what price did today. Let's go ahead and check out New York session. All right, so for New York session this morning, honestly, I would have been more on the bearish side, just because of how, like, if we go ahead and look at the hourly time frame, we're clearly in bearish market structure. Why? Okay, well, this is going to show the whole entire move up, but we were inside of this hourly bearish gap. It looks like we're respecting it, and we wigged down like crazy. Like, this bar is just going to show like after market open. But realistically, looking at this, I'm like, okay, we're definitely in more of a bearish market structure, right? We're at the equilibrium of this range, respected this hourly bearish gap, and it looks like it's showing a lot of weakness. So now I'll be like, okay, I want price to go down and take out these lows. Even though we have a bullish gap right here, I would not be so worried about that, just because of how bearish the market structure is. So I wouldn't have really been that worried about shorting when we have this bullish hourly gap. But if we go ahead and look at the 1 minute time frame at how market opened, it pumped like crazy, and I wouldn't have caught these longs, just because of how I wouldn't like longing in this time. Realistically, let's drop down to the 1 minute and like analyze this, right? Yeah, we had the SMT right here. We're rejecting out of a higher time frame PD array, and when we got this bullish candle up here, if you would have taken this trade, you would have had 100 fucking point stop loss, which is like ridiculous. Like, nobody's gonna want to take a 84 point stop loss and then target these highs right here, right? That would have been a negative RR. So you could have maybe targeted. I don't see these longs at all. Like, they played out, yeah, that's cool, but again, we're clearly in bearish market structure. This pump was like not expected in a way. I wouldn't have taken this trade, to be honest with you guys. I would have in a way waited for a short position and then took the shorts down, but it didn't present us with anything realistically. So after seeing this pump right here, I would honestly just be like, okay, now we're gonna accumulate, because after price pumps 200 300 points, it reaccumulates and then maybe short from there. But again, I wouldn't like shorting if we pump 200 fucking points. So what does price end up doing the whole day? We just accumulate, and that was pretty much it for New York AM. Like, we really didn't have anything. And if you took these longs, I would like to understand why you took them and what was your thought process around these longs, because I honestly wouldn't have taken these longs even if I would have seen like this wake up, this candle respect. Like, we had low resistance liquidity, we had the hourly bullish gap, but overall we're in bearish market structure, low probability shorts that I would have faded 100% of the time. So seeing this move up, I would have honestly just hopped off the markets and not traded anything. But yeah, you guys, that was pretty much it for the trade recap. New York AM didn't really present us with much, so kind of happy that I slept through and didn't wake up and trade New York. So this is what the P&L is looking like so far. We're currently first day of March and we're down 277, 272, which is honestly not bad across 5 accounts. It's not bad at all. One trade could even put us higher than that, you know, not just break us even, but put us a lot higher. So can't be too worried about one loss, even 2 losses, even 3 losses. One good trade, 2 good trades will get you right back on track. So you guys need to always look at the bigger picture. Yeah, I don't like that we lost on the first fucking day of the month, which kind of sucks, but in a way, like, one trade will put us back up and extra on top. So you can't be so stuck on having just one losing trade. You can't have that small mentality, small minded. You got to look at the longer term picture. So in a way, I'm going to be showing you guys my calendar every single day and kind of just showing you how I did, go over my trade, and just bring y'all on the monthly journey. I'm really looking forward for this. I hope you guys enjoyed, learned a thing or two, and yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Honestly, super stoked to kind of see what this month brings us. We're gonna have a lot of volatility, so I hope you guys fucking crush it with me. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions over what I went over, why I took certain trade, what was my thought process on a certain thing that I didn't go over, please feel free to comment down below. Hope you guys had a great fucking day, and I'll catch you guys in the next YouTube video.